Say my name. Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 rewatchable moments on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
You look down on me, you pity me? Walk away, that's right, Howard. You know why I didn't take the job? Because it's too small!
For this list, we'll be looking at scenes across both legendary series that are so exciting and memorable, they're even better the second time around. But be warned, this video contains major spoilers for both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, so come back when you're all caught up. Now that both shows are completed, do you think Better Call Saul outdid its predecessor Breaking Bad? Superfans, battle it out in the comments. Number 10. Walt believes he's caught. Breaking Bad. Never forget how it all began.
Some straight like you, giant stick up his ass, all of a sudden at age, 60, he's just gonna break bad?
The pilot episode of Breaking Bad is clearly a perfect rewatch. It's likely to spark a binge of the whole series.
That's unusual, isn't it? That kind of cash?
Well, it's not the most we ever took. It's easy money, till we catch you.
At the very beginning of Walt's journey to becoming Heisenberg, he fears he's in over his head when he hears police sirens in the middle of the desert. Walt prepares to take his own life, but the safety catch was on. If it hadn't been, that would have ended the show then and there. This is a very human moment for Walt. He fears for his life and can recognize that there will be consequences for his actions. And as we all know, that sentiment does not last long.
To all law enforcement entities, this is not an admission of guilt. I am speaking to my family now.
Number 9. Saul meets Skyler. Breaking Bad.
I'm just gonna call you Skyler if that's okay. It's a lovely name. Reminds me of a big, beautiful sky. Walt never told me how lucky he was.
When Skyler wants to know who has been laundering Walt's money, her mind is not put at ease upon meeting everyone's favorite smooth talker, Saul Goodman. This scene is one of Breaking Bad's more comedic due to Saul's always hilarious delivery and Walt and Skyler's reactions, making for an enjoyable rewatch.
Clearly his taste in women is the same as his taste in lawyers, only the very best, with just the right amount of dirty. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Plus, if you look closely at the degree hanging on Saul's wall, it's from the University of American Samoa, which is consistent with what we learn in Better Call Saul. However, the degree in this episode is awarded to Saul Goodman, not Jimmy McGill, but we wouldn't put it past Saul to doctor information on a legal document.
I've been doing this for a lot of years, successfully, believe it or not, without your help. So, thank you for stopping by.
Number 8. Saul Goodman. Better Call Saul.
Oh, and sweetheart, I'm gonna need one more form. DBA, because I'm not gonna be practicing under the name McGill, so.
After struggling to be reinstated as a lawyer after Chuck reports him to the police, Jimmy delivers a beautiful speech at his appeal about his relationship with his brother.
I'll never be as moral as him. I'll never be as smart. I'll never be as respected. I'll never be as good as Chuck. But I can try.
Prior to this moment, Jimmy had refused to credit Chuck's influence on his life or express any desire to follow in his footsteps. Even Kim, Jimmy's closest confidant, believes what Jimmy is saying is true. And upon second watch, Jimmy's insincerity is still shocking. But immediately after receiving the good news, Jimmy announces he will no longer be practicing under McGill and shoots Kim with a "Saul Goodman."
Wait, Jimmy, what?
It's all good, man.
This is a turning point for the series and the trajectory of Jimmy, or Saul's, entire life. Number 7. No half measures. Breaking Bad. Everyone needs a talking to from Mike Ehrmantraut. In this case, Mike is trying to dissuade Walt from getting Jesse arrested.
You got a good thing going here, we all do. You want to risk it all on one junkie? Now, I realize you two have a history, but this kid's been on the bubble a while now. It's a long time coming.
Mike's speech about his experience as a cop is both heartbreaking and informative of his motivations, which he believes he can instill in Walt.
The moral of the story is, I chose a half measure. when I should have gone all the way.
The delivery of this story is always chilling, no matter how many times you watch it.
Just trying to do the right thing. But 2 weeks later, he killed her.
Especially knowing that Walt will have a vastly different interpretation of Mike's message than anticipated. Instead of taking care of Jesse, Walt doubles down against the rival dealers, securing Gus as his enemy.
Run.
Number 6. The Pill Swap. Better Call Saul. This scene is the culmination of weeks of planning on Nacho's part. Now he's finally tasked with the moment of truth, replacing Hector Salamanca's heart medication with ibuprofen pills. At first watch, this is an extremely stressful sequence. Will Nacho be caught? Will he panic and drop all the pills? Will he miss Hector's pocket? Knowing that the scheme proves successful makes this sequence easier to watch over again. Plus, this event provides insight into Hector's character and was the ultimate cause of his stroke.
It is personal!
If he never had a stroke, Hector would never have had his famous bell, and without that bell, there would never be, well, we'll get there. Number 5. WW. Breaking Bad. Arguably one of the most climactic moments in Breaking Bad history, Hank's realization that Walt is Heisenberg comes at a moment where all feels, for once, relatively calm.
You want anything?
No, I'm good. Yeah? I'm good, thank you.
Walt had finally declared to Skyler that he was out of the game, and they were reunited as a family. When Hank sees Gale's inscription in Walt's copy of Leaves of Grass, it's as if he sees all the pieces of the puzzle connecting at that very moment.
To WW, my star, my perfect silence. WW. I mean, who you figure that is, yeah?
While watching this scene for the first time is mind-blowing, it's even better when you don't have to wait through a mid-season hiatus for the next episode.
Woodrow Wilson? Willy Wonka? Walter White?
You got me.
Number 4. Chicanery. Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is great at many things, but towards the top of the list has to be the way it makes the viewer question their own moral compass upon watching Jimmy succeed.
Just as I thought. There's no battery in here. You removed the battery. That's a sorry little trick, isn't it?
In this case, the trial between Jimmy and Chuck, and the culmination of their mutual resentments towards each other, comes to a head when Jimmy pulls out all the stops to set off Chuck during cross-examination.
He'll testify he planted this fully charged battery on you over an hour and a half ago.
Hour and 43 minutes.
An hour and 43 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Babineau. And you felt nothing.
Chuck's speech is not only brilliantly delivered, but a heartbreaking moment where we, as an audience, realize Jimmy won at the cost of his brother's sanity.
If he were schizophrenic, it wouldn't take away from the fact that the defendant...
I am not crazy!
I am not crazy.
We know Chuck is telling the truth, but it doesn't matter.
And he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke! I should have stopped him when I had the chance. And you have to stop him.
Number 3. Jimmy/Saul's confession. Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul comes full circle in its finale with an unexpected twist. Saul Goodman once again becoming Jimmy McGill.
Mr. Goodman, sit down and stay seated.
The name's McGill. I'm James McGill.
As he enters the courtroom, he is fully Saul. Even in black and white, his flamboyant suit shines. After having talked his sentence down from life to 7 years, it seems that Saul's work is done.
Mr. Goodman, you are the beneficiary of the most generous sentencing recommendation I've seen in 22 years on the bench. Any statement you make imperils that recommendation.
I'm very aware of that, Your Honor.
However, deep down, he knows he needs to atone for all he's done, and wants nothing more than to make Kim proud.
I kept Walter White out of jail. I laundered his money, I lied for him, I conspired with him, and I made millions.
This scene is the culmination of Jimmy's arc of transformation and redemption. He chooses to finally be himself and pay the price. For Jimmy, a life in prison is better than a life alone as Saul Goodman. Number 2, Face Off, Breaking Bad. Talk about a showdown. Gus Fring is an all-time villain, and he seems unbeatable. He's always at least 3 steps ahead at every turn.
Yes, we may have a problem. I got eyes on the DEA. They just had a visitor. Hector Salamanca.
Walt uses the longtime Salamanca family grudge against Gus to finally take him out, knowing that their common hatred for Fring is stronger than any malice between them personally.
Any second thoughts? Then let's get to work.
Watching Hector's expression turn knowing as he detonates the bomb is forever thrilling, and Gus's tie adjustment is the perfect final moment for his character. For fans of both Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, having watched the feud between Gus and the Salamanca family escalate makes this moment even more explosive, which is saying a lot. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, I Am the One Who Knocks, Breaking Bad. Walter White is one of the most riveting and contentious characters on television. Watching his transition from high school chemistry teacher to hardened criminal and drug lord is what makes Breaking Bad so fascinating.
I think some part of you wants Hank to catch you.
Wow. That is just... That is it. Exactly. Yes. You're like Dr. Joyce Brothers here.
At times, it's hard to discern what Walt is truly in the game for. Is he truly protecting his family, or is he just a sad, selfish man? This scene between him and Skyler tips the scales towards the latter and redefines Walt's relationship with his family. As one of the most quotable speeches in the show, it makes for an excellent rewatch.
I am not in danger, Skyler. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
That's especially the case knowing that Walter is going to continue down his dangerous path, stopping at nothing for all the cash and glory he can possibly gain.
You know what, Walt? Someone has to protect this family from the man who protects this family.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.